All right, I would like to very quickly take you through how to do this lab, making sure that you are well aware of some of my expectations. First of all, for your hypothesis, obviously there is no way at the point in which you start the lab that you could know. Maybe you can. I mean, if it looks like wood, it's probably maple. Maybe you can take a good guess, but a hypothesis is just a guess. So please, just take a guess. All I want is to see a guess. So I don't care if you're right or wrong. All I want is a guess. So polypropylene and maple if is my second choice here. Okay, so we went through the lab. Math. If you're in honors chemistry, first of all, you need to make sure you put down the units so that um, it will, if you put the units on top, it will make sure that that unit is recognized as being the unit for all the numbers you're going to place below it. If you're in honors chemistry, I'm going to expect you to have 3 sig digs or 3 decimal places. 3 decimal places for your mass and for your volume. Of course, a graduated cylinder can only do 1 decimal place. Let's see, the beginning volume would be that of the water. So, sorry, jumps around like that. 50.0 and then 50.9. And this is I'm just making things up, totally making numbers up. 2.549. Once again, my beginning volume was 50.0. My final volume is 51.4. So your data should look something like this. You're taking a guess with that tenths place. It's a total guess. Everyone's going to be a little different. You need to make sure that the same person is measuring all the time, or else you will not be precise. That's for you honor students. Okay, so you do the same thing for the second material. Now we need to start doing some number crunching. Since we went from 50 to 50.9, then obviously what we're doing here is we're finding the difference between them, 0.9. So you're going to do the same thing for every one of your volumes for both A and B. How to find the density? Well, we discovered that the volume of the first piece was 0.9. The mass of this first piece was 1.234. Now remember, honors chemistry, I will expect 3 decimal places. For advanced chemistry, 1 decimal place is good enough. So what do we find? You have for honors chemistry, 1.234 divided by 0.9 gives you 1.3711. Well, you can only have 1 sig dig, so the answer is 1 gram per milliliter. Obviously, you're going to have more digits because you're going to have pretty soon 1.4. So some of you may have only one sig dig there, but the others may have are going to be 2 sig digs probably. So when you average these numbers up, it's probably going to average close to 1.3. All right, do you see how this works? So you just populate it from the numbers above, 2.549. Folks, I'm just totally making these numbers up. So please do not try to see what I'm doing. I'm just showing you how to report your data. Okay, so the average density for A is 1.3 grams per milliliter. Do not put 1.3. 1.3 is going to be a naked number, a number without a unit. And that would be marked wrong. I will mark that wrong. You have to have units for everything. The reason why these numbers don't have units is because the header certifies that all the numbers in that column will have that unit. So we said it was polypropylene. We thought it was polypropylene. Actually, it ended up being polyvinyl chloride, which is 1.37, according to our data. So PVC is 1.37 grams per milliliter. To find our percentage error, it's true minus observed. I'm sorry, yeah, it's true minus observed. In this case, this is the true, and this is the observed, divided by true. And I want to see your work, please. Nice and neatly. So for me, incorrect sig digs, because there should only be 2 sig digs for honors chemistry, in 1 decimal place for advanced chemistry, gives us 5.2%. So our percentage is 5.2%. This is pretty easy. Keeping in mind, once again, let me emphasize that for honors chemistry, you will need to have 3 decimal places. For advanced chemistry, I think 1 decimal place is all you need to have. Difference in difficulty for both of you. The volume will be measured to 1 decimal place. Remember, the beginning volume is the volume of the water before you add the device. The final is the volume of the water after adding the device. Okay, I hope that helps. Email me if you have any questions. Make sure everything is nice and neat. Nice and neat with correct sig digs, with correct numbers and units everywhere.